Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. This is Stacy-Ann bringing you greetings. Now, let me ask you a question. What do you have? In the Bible, in 2 Kings, verse 4, there is a story of the widow with a pot of oil. Now, this widow, her husband died, she didn't have much, and she said to the prophet Elisha, that really she needed help, right? And he asked her, what do you have in your house? So I'm asking you the question, what do you possess? What are the special skills and talents that you have? What is it that you do naturally? What is it that when you do it, it brings you so much life and vibrancy? What is it that you're always being complimented about? What is it that you do, but you're a little bit shy to do it around other people, but you do it really well? Consider those things. What are the gifts and talents that are inside of you that you naturally are able to use? Now, going back to the story of the widow with a pot of oil, she had her sons and she needed help. The prophet Elisha asked her what she has, and she said she has one pot of oil. And he said to her, go to your neighbors, get all the empty vessels that they have. And her sons did that, and they locked her away in their home, and she started pouring oil. From the one vessel that she had, she was able to fill up all the vessels that she received from her neighbors. Interestingly, when the oil stopped, as the Bible said, when it staved, when the oil stopped was when there was absolutely no more vessel to be filled. In order for her to stay alive and in order for her to be self sufficient, she needed this. She needed oil. Because at the end of that story, what it said is that there was enough. She was able to do whatever, and there was enough for her and her children, her boys, to continue to live on. So, if she did not possess that one pot of oil, what would have happened to her? The point is that we all have something that we can use in order to advance our lives, in order to change our personal stories, in order to change our situations. A lot of times we look and we say, oh, I have nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. I am caught in this situation. I have no money. I have no resources. But the Lord did not create empty vessels. All of us are gifted with something. I'll speak to you again about another story in the Bible, and that comes from Matthew 25. And this had to do with the talents that were given to the servants. So, in this story, we're told of one servant that got one talent, another servant that got two talents, and another one that got 5 talents. When the master left, he left them with their talents. And the one, when he returned, he asked for a report, the way I am putting it. He asked for a report. What did you do with what I gave to you? The one who got the 5 turned it around, turn it over, make something of it. And that one was able to present 10 talents. So he doubled on what it is that he received. The one who got the 2 talents, he also made something of them. He doubled them and again had 4 talents. The one who had the 1 talent, this one said, you know what? I know that my master liked to reap where he never sow, right? And I didn't want to do anything with it. So guess what? I hid this talent. I put it down. And so when you come back, I will give you the one. Of course, the master was very upset and said to this servant, he called him slothful, he called him lazy. And what he did was to take the 1 talent from him that he just gave one, just give you one to use, but he did nothing with it. He took that 1 talent and he gave it to the one who initially had 5 and turned that into 10. So that one now had 11 talents. And we often read that story in the Bible, and we discuss it, whatever. Some of us might have. Some might have read it as just one of the other parables that were told in the Bible and not getting any true essence or meaning from it. But I like to take everything and put it into our everyday situation. right? How is it that these stories in the Bible can impact us? What is it that they are telling us, right? So from that story, and with the story of the Shunammite woman, when I thought about both of them, what it's saying, using what it is that you have, what it is that you have been gifted with. As I said earlier, the Lord did not create us all empty. He gave us talents and giftings that we are supposed to use while here on earth, right? As it is that we're going about our business. He has given us talents that we are supposed to use to advance His kingdom, but also for us to use to advance our personal lives. Because in advancing our lives and using our gifts and talents in the way that they're supposed to be used, we will be able to reap benefits from that, right? Also, taking it into modern day situation, when we think about it, there's so many things that we can do, so many things that we do naturally. There are so many giftings and talents that we have, and sometimes we don't take the time to explore them out of, I don't have the resources. Okay, I know I can do this, but I don't have the money to start the business. I don't have that capital. I don't have the connections. And we talk ourselves out of doing what it is that we should do with what it is that we have been blessed with by our maker, our creator, the Lord Jesus Christ. Given an example of a hairdresser, a stylist, a hairstylist. From you're in high school, right? You realize that you can do hair. It's something that you do naturally, something that you love. You can style your hair, you style your friends' hair, or whatever. As you become an adult, you know that this is something that you really can do, but you never made a career out of it. And sometimes persons, I'm just using this example, right? Somebody might say, but there are so many hairstylists around, so many of them doing their thing. Why should I go into this field? It's already saturated. But when you think about it, that's a talent that you have. The Bible says your gifts will make room for you and take you before great men. So let me ask you a question. If you don't use the gift, how are you going to reach where it is that you're supposed to reach? If you don't use what you are naturally gifted at, how is it that you're going to be going before great men? How is it that there are doors that are going to be opened unto you? How is it that there are opportunities that are going to be opened unto you? He gave you, the Lord Jesus Christ, your creator. He gave you all that you need in order to survive in this world. All that you need to more than just survive, but to thrive. They have been imprinted. He foreknew us before we were even created in our parents' womb, before we were even thought about, right? And He decided exactly what it is that He wants us to be doing, how it is that He wants us to be living, the lives that He wants us to impact, the gifts that He has placed in our hands, the talents, the mental capacity that He has given us. Some people are extremely brilliant, but they never spent the time to really unfold and unwrap their brilliance. Some people are very gifted with their hands, but they never spend the time to hone those skills, you know? And so today the talk is about, what can you do? What do you possess? What do you need to be using in order to make some money? What do you need to be using in order to advance your career? What do you need to be using in order for you to feel a sense of self-fulfillment and self-actualization? You're in the organization. You're in a particular career field. You're working a particular job. And you know that you have much more inside of you. An opportunity comes up in the organization for you to, work alongside another department. It's an unpaid opportunity. And because it is unpaid, you might say, oh, I don't want it because I'm not paying me any money for it. I need to get some money for this. But guess what? If it is that an opportunity comes up for you in the organization where it is that you work, for you to utilize something that you do so naturally, to work on a special project, you have a gifting for that particular area that the opportunity is coming to you in. Take that opportunity. One, you don't know who is watching. You're not doing it as unto men, but you're doing it as unto God. But as it says, your gifts will make room for you. So I will encourage all of us, anybody from anywhere, any walks of life, anywhere in the world, use every opportunity you get to really utilize your talents. What you don't use, you lose. And the Lord can have it that you are supposed to do something, but guess what? You stall on it. You take long to do it. It's like Lord is saying, you're not doing this thing here. I'm waiting on you to touch this life. I'm waiting on you to create that thing. I'm waiting on you to open that store. I am waiting on you to start this particular business. And you are stalling on it. You know, we like to say what is fiwi in Jamaican dialect. What is fiwi can't unfiwi. But guess what? If you are stalling on God's work, if you are stalling on what it is that He wants you to do in order to bless who you need to bless, in order to reach who He needs for you to reach, He will pass it on to somebody else. And I know a lot of times we say, no, what is mine, right? But after a while, the business of the Lord cannot be stalled. And, you know, I take the business of the Lord all the time and I speak about, you know, the Lord in every situation that we're talking about, right? Because, you know, I am a Christian and I relate everything back to the purpose for which we have been created. And the talents, going back to the story of the talents, these servants were given the talents according to their abilities. And so we are given talents according to our abilities. What it is that the Lord knows that we are able to do, He gives us the talent to enable us to do it. You are in an organization again, and opportunity comes up for you to be trained in a particular area. Take the opportunity. That is a talent that perhaps you might have hidden, you know. An opportunity comes up and, you know, it's an opportunity for you to excavate a hidden talent, something that is in you that the Lord wants to bring out. There are also a number of free webinars, right? A number of free courses online that you can be a part of. Why not partake of these things to hone the talents that are in you, to bring them to life, and in order for you to utilize them as you ought to. You know, we're living in a time when there are many people who are very entrepreneurial, and it is really good, right? Utilizing their skills, utilizing their brain to think of ideas, right? Because the Lord gave us wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And people are using what are using opportunities that they see as business opportunities, and are really impacting lives, are impacting their own lives, impacting their families' lives, and creating a livelihood and creating livelihood for others. So again, what you have, what do you possess? What should you be using that you're not using? What are the gifts that you have? What are the talents that you have? What is it that you do so naturally? You know, even the things that we are shy about, we can do them, you know, but we kind of shy because we don't want to necessarily. And as I'm speaking to you, I'm thinking about myself with one thing. You know, I'm about transparency. And you know you can do it, you know, but just say, but I wonder if, you know, what will people think? We need to shed. You know, my pastor always say, deliver from people's opinion. He has been totally freed and delivered from people's opinions. It's not that you don't value, you know, what people say, but you have to be aware of what you take in. So if you know that you have a particular talent, you never call for that talent to impact a particular person. And so they might not like it, but guess what? If it is that this is something on the inside of you that has been planted there by the Lord, you know, use it. It's not everybody you come for, right? You're not everybody's cup of tea, as they will say. But whatever talent that you have, you use it. Do not be like the servant that got the one talent and sit down and say, boy, I do not with this thing here, you know, because I'm not sure where I go on when this man come back. Don't be that way. You have whatever talent. I encourage you, I implore you, take the time to get to know you. Get to know all the hidden talents that you have. Ask yourself those questions, as I said before. You know, what do you find easy for you to do? What brings you so much satisfaction when you get it done? You know, what are you always being complimented about? What are you naturally drawn to? Right? You do it without even thinking. It comes so easy to you. That says something about the talent that is in you. Then when you think about those things and you come up with it, you say, okay, how can I use this that is in me? How can I use this to advance my life? How can I use this to impact others? What's the business opportunity here? Research. Information is all over the webs. People spend a lot of time on Instagram, on this website, that, and doing things that really are not mentally fulfilling. They're not mentally advancing your life. Spend the time now to research the area of your interests, right? And see just how what you can use the talents that you have. The widow with a pot of oil, because she had that pot of oil and she went and she got all those vessels, she was able to fill up all of them enough for her to survive and for her children to survive. So what you have not only benefits you, but it benefits people around you. Benefit your friends, benefit your family members, benefit your co-workers, benefit your community, benefit international, benefit people globally, right? Because we're living in a global society. So it benefits people on a global scale. What do you have? What can you use? And so, as it is that that lady used that one pot of oil to create livelihood, to create life so she can continue going on and living. And the servant that got the 5 talents, turn it over and make it 10. The one who got the 2, turn that over and made it 4, right? They multiplied. What we are given is not for ourselves, but we're given our talents and gifts so that we are able to impact and to benefit other people. And so I pause right here to say again, what do you possess? And I'll add to it, what are you doing with that which you possess? Who are you impacting with what you possess? How are you impacting your organization? How are you impacting your family? How are you impacting your community? If you're not yet using your gifts and talents, I use this opportunity to say to you, step out and use them. Step out and use them, and let them bring you before great men. The Bible doesn't lie. It says it in the Bible, right? Your gifts will make room for you. Open up doors, will make room for you. You step into stuff. It makes room for you and take you before great men. So utilize your talents and gifts. We all possess them. We all possess them. So this is Stacy-Ann. I trust that everything that I said today was of benefit to you. And as it is that you share this video, that if it's even one thing will be beneficial to someone that you share it with. So I say, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you may be notified each time that I upload a video. I love you and I'm rooting for you. Use your talents. Use your talents. Blessings and love.